Hello everyone, this is LaToya of Infinitenature and I am back with a new video. Thank you so much for your patience, and I am getting back into the groove of making videos again. I'm excited to be back. It's been a year since I've had my child. She is 1 year old. We just celebrated her birthday, so that means it's also been a year of me breastfeeding. And I wanted to make this video maybe like a few months ago, but I never got around to it. So I pretty much wanted to talk about 10 things that I've learned, and I probably have learned some more since then, but these are maybe major ones. I have my notes here to stay focused and stay on task. So the first thing that I learned from breastfeeding is that I am enough. I cannot stress that enough. How important it is to understand, unless you know you have been advised by a licensed lactation consultant. You know, there's been some things done to see that you definitely have a low supply, but most women don't have low supplies. A lot of times we need just the support of how to properly feed our children, of how to properly breastfeed, and also make sure that our children, you know, because there's sometimes the baby can have a tongue tie where which can cause a restriction for them to suckle properly, which that's another video. I don't want to get too sidetracked, but there's things that can cause difficulty for a baby to be able to suckle properly, and there's things that can be done to support the child in doing that. And also, you know, it's important to have that support around you from other mothers, going to groups, having one-on-one time with a lactation consultant, having someone around you those first few days is very critical. And in my case, it was very interesting because I wasn't close to my child. Like, I wasn't able, I don't want to give away too much because I want to save this for my birth story, but I will say this much is that I'm looking back on what I did and how I was able to make it a whole year when my first few days was definitely compromised. I don't know if that's the best way to use, but pretty much my baby had jaundice and she had to get under they made her be under the blue lights. So pretty much I didn't want her to have bottles, and I didn't want her to have no pacifier or anything like that. So literally every couple of hours, I would literally have her on my breast every 2 to 3 hours. Clockwork, through the night, overnight, and everything. Mind you, I'm like not having a room or anything at the hospital, but I'm there for like 9 days. I don't want to get too sidetracked because that is a story in itself, but I will say that, you know, for the mommies out there that are newly breastfeeding, just know that it gets easier with time. It's not impossible. Let me tell you something, you know, for somebody like me who baby wasn't able to be like on me for the first 9 days, like only time I could really hold her was when I was feeding her. So I made sure that I was around all the time because I wanted her to have as much human contact as possible. So saying all that to say is that those first few days are very critical and sometimes can impact a woman in being able to have a successful breastfeeding experience with their child. But you are enough. It's all about putting that baby on your breast or pumping, you know. And even then, I was advised to not pump the first, I believe, like 3 weeks or so, like to always have the baby on the breast. But you are enough. I've realized I am enough, and I learned that I'm definitely enough. My child is 1 year old, and she still drinks her breast milk, and I have introduced her to foods, but she definitely is on her mommy's milk still. And I can't stress it enough. It's all about putting that baby on your boob. That's really what it's about at the end of the day. And I know everybody have their own experiences, but for me, putting the baby on the boob, that's what made the milk come. I didn't do anything else. Having the proper support is important. Like I said before, I was grateful that I went to a lactation consultant and had a class with her beforehand, and she helped me after I was home with my child. She helped me a lot, and just being able to see other women do it. It's just I can't stress it enough. To definitely have a lactation consultant to support you, and one that is really good at what they do and know what they're talking about. Because I can, not everybody is the same. Some people, I'm just going to put it like this. Some people are more seasoned than others, so just definitely make sure that you pick a very good licensed lactation consultant. Number 3, you don't have to have a freezer full of milk. Oh yes, I learned that you don't have to have a freezer full of milk. Now, if you're a mom that work outside the home, I definitely understand why you would have maybe a little stash and things like that. But for the most part, if you're a mother that stays at home with their child, you really don't need a whole freezer full. You don't even need a whole freezer full, even if you do work outside the home. You know what I'm saying? You really, because honestly, your milk is made specifically for your child, for what they need at that time. So it's kind of redundant to keep a whole bunch of milk when what they need right now, maybe not what you have in that freezer. You know what I'm saying? But still, if you have it and you don't want it to go to waste, use it. But I'm just learning that you really don't need to have a whole big old stash, like a whole separate freezer for milk. You don't need to have that. You don't have to have that, okay? Breast milk heals everything. It really does. You could put it on any and everything. You can drink it yourself. You can drink it yourself. I'm telling you, it's amazing. My child is very healthy. I'm telling you, can put it on anything. You can put it on a burn. You can put it on a bump. You can put it on whatever. You can make soap out of it. You can do a lot of things with breast milk. It's really powerful. It's amazing what our bodies can do. It's very convenient. Oh yes, it's so convenient because for one, you don't have to worry about purchasing any formula. Especially if you are a mama that's around your baby all the time, so you don't necessarily have to have bottles. You can just put your baby on your boob and that's it. Like, it's just extremely convenient. It's so convenient. I just love it. You just don't have to lug around a whole bunch of stuff. You just have you and the baby, you know what I'm saying? And she's at an age now to where, she never had bottles, so she's at an age to where she can just, if I need to put it in a cup, I'll put some in a cup, Baby breastfeed for more than just eating. That's something that I also learned, is that babies breastfeed for more than just eating. They do it for when they're thirsty, if they comfort nurse, to calm themselves down. They do it for, it's a bonding experience. So it's not just merely for food. It's for bonding. It's for everything. I don't want to repeat myself. It's for everything. It's for many things. But yeah. And the bond is strong. That goes to the next one. The bonding is strong. Me and my daughter, I just love my little girl and she loves me. Oh, we have a very close relationship, even though she's just like a little baby person. And she's just so cute. She's like a little person, but she's so cute. We have a strong bond. She's a mama's girl, and I love it. I love it. I just love the closeness that we have, and I could tell she feels so safe, and she's just so sweet and loving, and she shows affection, and she's just so sweet. So yes, it does enhance your bonding. Not saying that you can't have it if you bottle feed your child. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I do feel the closeness with my child when she's breastfeeding me. And not saying that it's always easy. It's not, because sometimes, especially if you are on your cycle, and your baby's breastfeeding, like your breast gets tender and stuff like that. So yeah. I have a huge appetite. Oh yes, I eat way more now than I did when I was pregnant. Definitely, because you're burning a lot. That's why a lot of women lose so much weight so fast, because you're burning lots of calories. You know, to me it's self-explanatory. Like, I definitely have a bigger appetite now. The baby poop doesn't have a stench to it. Like, you know, I've smelled formula poop, and I smelled breastfed baby poop, and the breastfed baby poop smells way sweet. It's like a sweet scent. It's interesting. Sometimes it's stinky. When I find that when she was like, there would be sometimes, because with breastfed babies, sometimes they go a few days without pooping. That's kind of normal sometimes, but she normally does it every day. But sometimes she may not poop for a few days, and then so her when she passes gas, it may stink a little bit, or sometimes it just, or when you're introducing new food, sometimes it can have a little stench to it. So, but yeah, but for the most part, I was surprised at how the poop doesn't really stink. It smells like sweetness. But yeah, but I will say, but that's pretty much what I have for now. There's way more that I can share, but those are the top 10 that I have of things that I've learned breastfeeding. I love the experience that I'm having with breastfeeding. It is not always easy. There's times of frustration, especially in the earlier months when you're really getting adjusted to it and your baby's getting, you know, used to, you know, drinking efficiently. So, but it gets better with time, and you know, they have their growth spurts, so those can be challenging times. And then they have, hey everyone, I'm back again. I don't know what happened, but my video cut off on me, but I was talking about how sometimes it's not easy. The baby go through growth spurts. Your baby goes through, you know, mental leaps where they're learning more things, so they may feed more. You know, they get cranky and fussy. They're teething, so it can be a challenge with breastfeeding, because they breastfeed more when they're teething also. And she got 8 teeth now, so she got a lot of teeth. But it's not always easy, but it's in the grand scheme of things, it's worth it. It's rewarding. It benefits both the mother and the baby. And I just want to tell all the mamas out there that is new to breastfeeding, that to keep on pushing through. It'll get better. It will get easier. And if anyone has anything they want to share as far as their experiences and what they've learned, because I know that some women have breastfed multiple babies. So if you want to share your experiences, and because I know it's different for each child, you can definitely do that in the comments. I would love to hear them. You may have something that I may have learned but didn't think to put on this video, so definitely share it. I would love to hear your feedback. And thank you so much for watching. I'm excited to be back. And if you want to keep on, if you want to keep track with me on social media, you can go to Infinitenature #1 on Instagram. So Infinitenature 1 on Instagram. Also Infinitenature #1 on Twitter, or Infinitenature on Facebook. Infinitenature on Tumblr. So I'm on Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram, and also Twitter. I don't know if I said that twice. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and Facebook. As you can see, I'm warming myself up back to this, but I will have everything in the description. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and thank you for subscribing if you're interested in watching more videos from me. I have so many things that I want to share. I still haven't done the birth story that I have for my baby. That one is a very interesting one, that has changed me forever. Having a baby changes you forever. It's like a rebirth. It really is, and it's a beautiful experience. But that's another video for another day. Thank you so much for watching.